is going on, homies? People call me Johnny Gasm, and I'm coming at you all today with 19 things that you hopefully never knew about Monsters University. I know I haven't been uploading regularly throughout the past couple of weeks. It has been a long and busy summer, but I'm happy to announce that I am back at school. As you can tell from my different background, my dorm this year doesn't actually look like a prison. It's an actual full on-campus apartment, which I will show you guys in another video once we get all moved in and everything set up. I'm going to be uploading an episode of Let's Talk soon to give you guys some updates about what is going to be going on with the channel during the school year, but I am happy to say that I will be back to regular posting this upcoming week. Now that that's out of the way, let's dive right into the trivia. Fact number one, this is the first prequel to a Pixar film to have ever been released. Monsters University and Cars 2 are actually the only two Pixar films to have not been nominated for Best Animated Feature at the Oscars. Something that both these movies also have in common is that neither of their predecessors won Best Animated Feature at the Oscars. As a member of Greek life and the proud vice president of a fraternity, I found this next fact to be pretty interesting. This is only the second Disney Pixar film to make use of the Greek alphabet. The first one was Up. The Monsters University campus is largely based on the University of California at Berkeley campus. As the students at the university enter the School of Scaring, they all touch the front paw of the statue standing outside the building. This is actually a reference to a Harvard University tradition. The School of Scaring building is actually an homage to the famous H.P. Lovecraft monster Cthulhu. If you've watched almost any other episode of Secrets of Cinema, you know that I always talk about plot changes that happen in movies. An earlier version of this movie had Mike and Sully trapped in the human world a lot earlier in the story. This idea was pushed back to the climax of the film so that we humans could get to see more of the monster world for ourselves. There's actually a flaw with Monsters University that some of you guys may have not noticed. In the original Monsters Inc. movie, Mike told Sully that he has been jealous of his looks since the 4th grade. Well, Monsters University shows that they didn't meet until college, and actually there was a full scene written out to show that Mike and Sully did meet briefly in 4th grade, but they ended up scrapping the idea so they could focus more on the main plot and just admitted, hey, we messed up with that, let's move on. Mike Wazowski's parents were originally supposed to be in this movie, dropping him off for his first day at school. Director Dan Scannion decided to cut this idea out because it would make Mike seem more vulnerable if he was entering the campus alone. John Ratzenberger makes his traditional Pixar appearance in this film. He reprises his role as the Yeti, which he had in Monsters, Inc. The Yeti, or the Abominable Snowman's job in Monsters, Inc. as the mailroom guy, is a reference to John Ratzenberger's famous role as the mail guy in Cheers. They actually foreshadow the Yeti's exile to the human world by having him warn Mike and Sully that tampering with any of the mail at the Monsters, Inc. company will result in an exile. As always, the Pizza Planet truck makes an appearance, this time in front of a fraternity house. And of course, A113 makes an appearance as Professor Knight's lecture hall, which is actually the closest to the source material for the A113 reference. When waking up after sleeping on Sully's hand, Mike Wazowski can be heard saying, "I know you're a princess and I'm just a stable boy." This is actually a reference to his role in The Princess Bride as Miracle Max, which is a story about the love between a princess and a stable boy. This next fact I love so much because it's kind of inappropriate but also awesome because it's a Monty Python reference, if some of you guys love Monty Python, which I do. The melody of the background music when Mike enters his first class is the same as the Monty Python song "Every Sperm is Sacred." So yeah, it's kind of not appropriate because it's a song saying every sperm is sacred, and it's also Monty Python, which isn't super appropriate for children either, but apparently a lot of the Disney Pixar writers are huge fans of Monty Python, so they probably just wanted to include it when they could. The area code on Don Carlton's business card is 510, which is the same area code as Emeryville, California, where the Pixar studio is located. A couple of our friends from Monsters, Inc. make an appearance in this movie as well. Roz is featured at the end of the film, repeating the line that made her famous, "I'll be watching you two, always watching." Celia and Mr. Waternoose also appear in their own special ways. Mr. Waternoose is shown in a photograph, like just a normal picture, and a note from Celia is shown in Mike's locker asking him to call her. Now, as always, I saved my favorite fact for last. It is unknown what became of Monsters University after Mike and Sully switched the energy source from screams to laughter. I personally just think that's super interesting because when watching Monsters University, I didn't for once even think of that for a second. Like, the school very well may have shut down if they weren't able to convert the teachers from teaching how to be scary to teaching how to be funny. Maybe they got a whole new staff, maybe they converted to a kind of a clown school. I don't know. I'm sorry if you guys think that's a lame favorite fact, but personally, I find that to just be a really interesting observation. Like, what happened to the school? We don't know. But anyways, that was, like I said, the last fact, so thank you guys so much for watching. As always, let me know what you thought of the video in the comment section down below, and also hit that rate button with a big fat thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you know anybody else who's interested in Monsters University trivia, hit that share button down below as well. If you want to be notified every time I upload another episode of Secrets of Cinema, hit that subscribe button, and if you feel like being a super fan, or you like gaming content, go to the description down below where I got the links to my social media accounts for you to like and follow, and a link to my gaming channel that you can subscribe to for video game conspiracies and Let's Plays. As I always say though, whether you do all of that or none of it at all, the most important thing to me is that you guys enjoyed this video, and just thank you again for watching. Hope to see you guys back here soon. Blaze for life.